Hello, duelists, and welcome to the King's Court. Okay, um, this is actually supposed to come out a couple of days ago, but, man, so just, IRL stuff, but, blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. Anyways, so this is part 8, this is the 18th Master Duel upload. Oh, man, it's crazy. I actually have some other Yu-Gi-Oh videos planned, so I think next time, because here's the, I'm uploading this on Thursday, which is the days I like to upload Yu-Gi-Oh actual real life duels, but I've been actually, in all honesty, I've been taking a small break, only because the holiday season is nuts. So I've just, been taking some time to recharge my batteries, and basically, I'm feeling rejuvenated, feeling good, ready to get back on that grind. And ironically, same thing right here. I'm playing heroes in this game. I'm ready to get back on that grind of trying to, do the best. Basically, just perfect heroes, basically, I guess you could say. So, if you want, and as well as you Bell, I'm not. Here's the thing: I'm not really the kind of guy that likes to build a bunch of decks. That's never really been my thing. I like to really just have my favorite decks and just try to maximize them. I do that in every card game I play. I do that here too. So I'm not dropping Bell. If you watch us for Bell content, I'm gonna keep both. So I'm actually gonna split the games. Technically split because I like to do at least 5 games. That my opponent just skipped right there. From here, I split them in half. I'm going to do one part Heroes, one part Yubel, as you can see right there. So, if you want to see, basically, I want to next week hopefully be able to upload some live duels, and I should be hopefully be able to record some over the weekend. Fingers crossed, because sometimes just, you never know with life. But, anyways, so that should be the plan, but if I don't, from now on, I'll just upload Master Duel on Thursdays when I can't get a live duel. So, that's pretty much everything I wanted to say. So if you want to see any more of these kind of videos, want to see Hero and Yubel content, for both Modern, Genesis, all that good stuff, remember to like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell for more videos. We're close to 1,000 subscribers. We really would appreciate it. So right here, basically, I'm just going off. I managed to actually win the die roll, which never happens, I swear. I always have the worst luck with the die roll. I mean, coin flip. Man, die roll. I'm too used to terminology, from playing IRL. So basically, I'm just doing these standard Yubel combos, going off with my Unchains, linking off into Soul of Rage, and I also have Phantom. Again, this is one of the better things when it comes to playing Yubel on Master Duel. Is the fact that we have Phantom at 2 here in Master Duel, but only 1 IRL. So we could be a little more a little more loose with Phantom because we could play them when we want to at the beginning of the game rather than having to save the hard summon because we only have one to deal with. We can only use it once in the TCG basically, so you can use it for protection to deal with Nib, Ash, Maxi. Oh my god, Maxi. So it's like one of those big benefits when it comes to playing Yubel here on Master Duel over the TCG. And from here, I'm just doing the standard Necroquip Princess and Engraver, going to sequence. And I passed because, man, I forgot I used up my cards to go right there. So my opponent's going to attempt a Lightning Storm. So I'm just going to go off with my Chamber of the Unchained. Yeah, if you were paying attention earlier, I unfortunately used up my Phoenix Smith cards. So I had to basically settle on Seek, which is fine. It's not that bad. And because a card was destroyed while I had King Yemma in the grave, I was able to summon back Spirit. So I have a pretty decent field right here. So thanks to Engraver, I'll be able to return Requiem, bring back Engraver, and basically I got some link fodder. So yeah, I'm going to link all 3, Spirity Bell with Sequence and Engraver, to go into a Boaku. Personal favorite of mine. I really like this card. Use Boaku's effect, ditch Nib. They got droplets. That does suck. So gonna ditch a monster to stop my Aboku and and as well my Soul Rage. Not much I could do from there, so I'm just gonna go for the attack. And I still have Imperm and Drone Lockbird ready, so my opponent only has 3 cards, so I'm in a pretty good position actually. And my opponent is playing the, I forgot what this deck was called. It's like that Fairy Mars deck thing. Yeah, Agents, I think it's called. Yeah, Agents. Not sure though if it was agents or perfect agents when that was a deck. All right, I got it. And that was a deck when people would utilize the Herald deck mixed with the agent deck. So, but hey, I managed to get that one, and now we're on to game three, and the second game with heroes. Oh man, we've been getting so many cool hero cards revealed lately. Let me know in the comments, what do you think of the new hero support? I already did an entire video talking about the new, amazing looking, by the way, Wink Revo level 10. If you haven't seen that video, I'll leave a link to it in the description. Go check that out if you haven't seen it already. But what do you think of the new hero support we've been getting? It's been nuts. I'm really happy that we've been getting a lot of really good hero cards lately. Hero Flash it's not bad. It's not terrible. Let's see. So definitely the best support we've gotten so far, minus the Mass Hero support. We're finally beginning the TCG in February. Has got to be Miracle Ejector. That card is just great. So it looks like I'm playing against Red Dragon. Luckily, I've done this matchup tons of times against my friend who plays Red Dragon Archfiend and Blue Eyes IRL. And I stopped their Bone Archfiend and just go for the swing. So unfortunately, I don't have a lot left, but I draw into future. This is one of the cool things about that new Wink Rebo. It can let us search Future Fusion, so it's like having 6 copies of Future Fusion in the deck. Same goes for Neos Fusion for Genesis. So I'm able to go into DPE, and they're going to use their spell. Luckily, I'll just, quick effect, use DPE to pop something. Yep. Since it was a continuous spell, because I popped it while it was still face up in the field, it won't get its effect off. Because this is the nature of continuous spells and traps. I'm also going to go for Imperm. So unfortunately, I won't be able to get to Recycle a Malicious, but I'll still be able to basically just have the 2 bodies in the field. So I'm going to link them off to go into Cross Crusader. Going to use Cross Crusader effect, bring back Denier, but because I already used Denier, I can't use it again. Tribute off to search Stratos because I have not normal summoned yet. Stratos effect, search Plasma, Malicious effect. I think this is my last Malicious, I think. And I'll be able to go into Plasma. Plasma effect, take over Red Dragon, their Bone Archfiend, and go for the swing. And pass, and I'm also going to be able to get DPE back. Yep. I make sure to summon it to the far side of the board. That way I can use the Imperm for the middle column. And my opponent's going to attempt to link off into Typhon. Okay, that's fine. Not link off, overlay. And they tried to use Typhon's effect, but Plasma stops it and they just scooped right there. So, alright, that was pretty cool actually. Now we're on to the 4th game, the second game playing Yubel. Snowman Eater. I like that card. So I'm going to go with Dark Beckoning Beast and the Ash. Bound to happen, right? So I'm just going to use Gruesome Grief Skimmer. I'm going to chain that. And summon it to the field. I won't be able to search, but I'll have both of them on field. So now I'm just going to use I actually opened up the one Nightmare Pain. So I'm going to pop my Gruesome Grave Skimmer to search Samsara D Lotus. And tribute off to go into Spirits. Let's see. It probably would have been more optimal to actually not, use my Gruesome Grave Skimmer right there. Because I could have just used, it would have been more optimal, but hey, it still works out. But I gotta remember that for future reference. So go from here, pop Spirit, summon Shavara, summon Yubel, link off Shavara with with King Yama, go into Soul Rage. Sure effect, I'll be able to get Chamber of the Unchained. So return both of them to go into Phantom. And actually opened up Engraver too, so I can start doing some Phoenix displays as well. Use it, add Fabled Lurie, and ditch Fabled Lurie. We all know how this sequence goes when we use Engraver to search for Tract. So, link off to go into Requiem, obviously. Tribute out Requiem to go into Crimson Tears. ditch Fiends into Paradise just in case, and bring back Engraver. Basically, a lot of good plays, and just in case they have Nib, I have Phantom too, so I'm okay from there. So able to go to sequence, sequence effect, return all three, and go into Fiendsmith Desiree. We got Desiree with sequence. We all know how this part goes. Gum Day effect, bring back Desiree. And attach both to Desiree, and I have a pretty set field. Right here was funny. Someone in the comments in one of my last Master Duel videos actually said that I could have used Desiree's effect to negate Yubel, so I wouldn't have attributed anything. I actually managed to use that here in practice. So if you're watching this, if you commented that, thank you so much. That was actually something that really came in handy right there. But my opponent just ends up gamma sealing me, so hey, still helps out. So I managed to use my Phoenix of Paradise to dump Engraver and use Desiree to get rid of that of that Gamma Seal. And my opponent used 1 day apiece. And they top deck the freaking Weather Duster. Damn. And they also 1 day apiece me, so it's not like I could really do anything this turn. Engraver, bring back. Basically, I'm just going to use Engraver's effect to return cards just so I can, recycle my Phoenix's cards in case I need them later. Yep, go Requiem. Zergrim effect. And they have Ash. Let's see. I ended up letting it resolve because it's not really a big deal. Because I'd rather not, but I'm actually going to use Lotus. Never mind, I do use Lotus. So I'm going to link these two. Not link. I'm going to overlay. Oh, no. I didn't use Lotus effect. I actually just tributed Lotus to summon Spirits so that way I can go into Vardarus. And I'll be able to go into Muckracker. Use Muckracker's effect to ditch my last card and bring back Soul of Rage. This way I can still link during my opponent's turn. And I tried attacking just for why not. Sometimes I just do that randomly. And then it's set and pass. Interesting. So I'm going to have Vardas attack the set card. And I'm going to have both my monsters attack directly. And not really much else I could do. I couldn't really get anything else in the field. And I'd rather not blow through my resources just yet in case something happens. Like if, I don't know, they try to Lightning Storm or something, I use Vardarus and then they droplets me. That has happened. So just go for the double attack. And I managed to basically just wear them down. Sweet. Man, Gamma Seal and freaking Feather Duster. Now we're on to the last game, and I'm playing Heroes. Let's see. I wasn't really sure what I was playing against at first. So I managed to win the coin flip, and I, basically managed to go first. So I'm going to go to Stratos, search Adjusted Gold, use Adjusted Gold, search out Evil Assault. Why did I get tongue-tied? Summon Prism, and basically just set up my grave. Let's see. Ditch Neos, summon Ferris. Ferris effect, summon increase effect, tribute Ferris, summon increase, and now I'll be able to summon Vion. See Vion's effect, dump malicious. Vion's effect, banish increase. Search polymerization. If you're familiar with hero sequence, this should, be pretty obvious what I'm doing right here. So I'm going to Cross Crusader. Crusader's effect, get back malicious. Tribute. Search Denier. Malicious effect. Banish to summon out the second one. And from here I'm just going to link. And go into Wonder Driver. Let's see. Use Polymerization. Fuse both Stratos and Denier from my hand. Because I already used Neo. So, I have to fuse something. So that way I can get Miracle Fusion. Miracle Fusion effect, banish Stratos and Neos to go into Wingman. Thanks to Wingman's and Wonder Driver and Wingman's effect, I'll be able to reset Polymerization to use, and I can use Wingman's effect to search for favorite contact. Let's see, yep. Use Malicious and summon another one. This way I can actually fuse Malicious with my Wingman to go into DP. Yep, there it is. If I remember right. Okay, that's past tune. Yeah. Unfortunately, I couldn't really set up I couldn't get anything else engraved, so I couldn't go with Necromance, so that kind of sucks. And my opponent's going to evenly match me. Oh boy. So, when I saw that, I was like, okay, right away, quick, I'm going to use Maxi. I hate this card, but might as well use it. I'm going to use DP's effect to pop one of my cards. Didn't really matter. This way, I could save favorite contact, but also still use DP to bring back during my opponent's turn. But it didn't matter. They had Called by the Grave. What the hell? They had evenly matched and Called by. What the hell? And from after that, when I saw that, I was like, oh, that makes sense. I'm playing against Sky Striker. Goody. Oh man, so they go into Shizuna. Luckily for me, I'm actually used to this matchup thanks to playing against channel member Michael so many times. Let's see. Which, by the way, if you want like an updated Sky Striker deck, he's actually in the middle of updating that. He's been trying to finish updating all his decks right now, but other stuff's been coming up. So, but if you want to see like Sky Striker in the channel, let us know. And use Engage and search for linkage. I don't have a terrible. My chances aren't awful, so I'll be able to use favorite contact to return and to go into Wingman. Wingman's effect. I was gonna get rid of the pop the back row, and it was super poly. Thank goodness I do not want to deal with that. So I managed to get DP back on the field. I mean, not DP. Because DP's effect was activated, I could still use the effect to return a card. So I managed to return Denier. Next to Denier, I'll be able to return DP back to my extra deck. In case, I don't know, I try to use Vion's effect to dump a card. They tried to negate it, so luckily I used Mass Change. Alright. So now I have Dark Law plus Wingman. Not a bad field, honestly. Luckily, like I said, I played against Sky Striker 10 times. I don't have to worry about attack power when it comes from this deck. So I don't got to worry about them attacking over Wingman. Let's see. So then Wingman attack over their Shizuka, I think? Or whatever it's called. And basically attack over it, and they'll get the burn damage. They're going to summon back Ray. And at burn 15, I'm going to have Dark Law attack their Ray. So not bad. And like I said, I have Dark Law ready, so it's not a terrible field. Not the most optimal, but it can probably most likely get the job done. So we're gonna go into another Kagiri. Here's effect. They'll add back their Engage. And they managed to draw another Super Poly. What are the chances? So unfortunately, I lose Dark Law. Damn. They're going to go into Garua. But they're going to link both their monsters to go into Zeke. Damn. Again, luckily for me, they can't do anything when it comes to Wingman's huge power. But they do manage to banish, thanks to Zeke, they manage to banish Wingman for the turn. So that kind of sucks. And the back row I have is a bluff since the hero lives. But luckily, they had to use up all their resources to do that. And because I took battle damage, I was able to summon Increase from the grave. Man, 4,000, one hit. Luckily, I'm still in this. And they're going to use Hayate to go into Amitsu or whatever. I'm bad with names. So I draw and it's imperm. Someone uses Denier's effect and will return. They're going to try to Widow Anchor me, but luckily I'll be able to use Increased effect to Tribute. So we just summon it. So luckily, they're basically because Widowmaker targets, it just fizzles and they just scoop right there because they know I'm gonna get DP. I'm gonna get Wingman back, and they can't do anything after that. So, oh man, that game was actually a little. Man, they had two super polys. One I blew up. They just drew another one. Not to mention the one called by that got rid of DPE and the evenly matched beginning. That game was nuts. But yeah. So, thank you so much if you made it this far. Really do appreciate it. If you want to see any more Yu-Gi-Oh content on the channel, let us know. And remember to like, comment, subscribe, and let us know what you thought. And we'll see you in the next one. Have a great week. Take care. Bye.